and gentlemen, to the essential workers of comedy here at the Junk Bar at Ash Grove, and wherever you are at home for the live stream, give us a woo, give us a cheer. Are you ready for a night of comedy? No! I said, are you ready for a night of comedy? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear the people at home. 1, 2, 3! All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your first act, a cut above the rest. Truly, it is the butcher of comedy. He's going to carve it up right now. Give a warm welcome to none other than Anthony!
Alright, thank you. It's great to be here. So I'm a fully qualified butcher, but I'm also a fully qualified baker as well. And I stopped telling people this because I'd always find there was some smartass who asked me was I a fully qualified candlestick maker. I'd reply, no, but from your stupid question, I can definitely tell you're a fully qualified dickhead. Got a bright future ahead of you. So I'm currently working as a butcher at the moment, and I work for one of the 2 major supermarket chains. And you know what, after 21 years I've learned it really doesn't matter which one you work for. It doesn't matter because they both have the same sad ending and they both have the same moral of the story, and that's finish year 10 high school. Probably explains why I got a go-kart in my wallet and not a driver's license. So I've only been doing stand-up for maybe just over a year, and I still get really nervous before I get up here. And a lady I work with came up with this great idea. She said, Anthony, you should just talk to the audience like you talk to the customers at work, and you'll be fine. You don't get nervous when you talk to the customers at work. You won't get nervous talking to the audience. And I thought about it for a bit, and I was, Barbara, I can't do that. And she said, why not? I said, because if I'm going to talk to the audience like I talk to the customers at work, I probably wouldn't be talking to the audience at all. Safe to say I'd be ignoring the audience. Trying to make even less eye contact than what I'm making right now. And hoping and praying that you and your stupid family would go away with your stupid questions. But you know, I do get asked stupid questions all the time, and it doesn't. But customers will also go out of their way to get your attention if they think that you're ignoring them. Like the other day, this gentleman, he tried to get my attention. He started waving at me like he was lost at sea, and he just spotted a rescue helicopter. So I tried to do the right thing, and I went over and I said, "How can I help you, sir?" And he went, "Mate, this is a really stupid question, but where's your chicken mince located?" And I was like, "You're right. That is really stupid. It's located right in front of you." And he got pretty upset and got pretty angry at me. And he said, "I can't believe you just said that to me." I said, "Well, with all due respect, sir, I wasn't the one who said it was a stupid question. You did. I just completely agree with your statement." And a friendly reminder, sir, that number 1 rule of retail is the customer's always right. So I started to gain a bit of confidence, and I said, "Well, if you've got a problem, take it up with management." And he did. So the moral of that story is I used to work for one of the 2 major supermarket chains. Yeah, no, I can't even get fired. I reckon I could hold that place up at gunpoint, that still wouldn't be enough. People will come up and they'll ask me stupid questions all the time. People will come all the way to the meat department and ask me where the shampoo's located. I can tell you where it's not located. It's not located in the meat department. It never has been. My boss has never come up to me once and said to me, "Anthony, your meat department looks fantastic, but you're really neglecting your shampoo area. You might want to fix that up." Another thing that customers are obsessed with asking me is, where's that milk and where's the eggs? Let me give you the tip. The cows and the chickens that I work with in that meat department don't produce dairy and they don't produce eggs. If they did, that would make it a farmyard, not a meat department. And I'm certainly no old McDonald. I'm old, but I'm not McDonald. So, working in retail, you get stupid questions all the time. People frustrate you. But again, my fault for not finishing school. But one thing, I've recently worked in a place named Wynnum. Has anyone heard of Wynnum? Yeah, I think a lot more people who are in there should ask me where the birth control was located. Yeah, aisle 9, left-hand side, halfway down. I'll even chip in $50 right now. The way I see it, it might cost me $50, but it'll probably save the taxpayer about $6.50 a fortnight in about 18 years from now. Just doing the Lord's work. I was raised well. I try and I care about the community that I work in. So yeah, yep, right. Yep, sorry about that. A bit of a moment. Again, didn't finish year 10. Don't expect too much. But being that I didn't finish year 10, I like to watch a lot of History Channel and the Discovery Channel. And I gave up watching the History Channel probably maybe about a year ago, because I got super depressed because all it was about was Nazis, or a certain type of Nazi. And it ended up being a documentary. The last biography I seen was a biography, and it was about Adolf Hitler. And I thought, oh well, I'll give it a go. And it was a fascinating biography. I found out in this biography that Adolf Hitler was a non-smoking, animal-loving, vegetarian artist who got rejected from art school, and he liked to ride bicycles. And that's when it hit me. Wow, Hitler's from Melbourne. I know, I was just as shocked as you are. You know, I once did that bit in a German beer hall, and I got really, really, really nervous, because the last time I seen that many Germans in a German beer hall was on that same biography I was watching on the History Channel. And people who had noses like mine, that documentary or biography didn't end too well, so. Alright guys, thank you very much. You've been a great crowd. Are you ready for your next act?
Yes.
Give it a round of applause. This guy, went to school with this guy. We went to Pittsworth together. So this is why we're both so traumatised. Give it a round of applause for the one and only Stephen Denham.
One more time for Anthony Wong, everyone. So, as Anthony says, he and I did go to the same school. I actually completed it, yet here we are in the exact same place. So what's the value of an education, really? They built a statue of me, Stephen Denham, 12 years, 0 pregnancies. Oh, too much? Are we all the products of high school pregnancies? Ooh. So, I got called a hipster recently. I know, me, look at this. I look like someone here tried to order a cowboy stripper, but they accidentally ordered it off wish.com. Did not like being called a hipster, guys, seriously. Record store had to give me the rest of the day off. Could not even finish my jar of artisanal home distilled gin. You know, the one with the rose petals in it? Was like still angry about it that night while practicing with my Simon and Garfunkel tribute band. We are called Simon and Garfunkel. And I know what this entire room is thinking. Say hello to Fuck Knuckle. So I messed up recently. So I was at a wedding. See, a wedding, that's how you know this is an old joke, okay? When I say recently, I mean recently the way like stand-up comedians use recently. Like, I was at the shops recently, but they were at the shops like 6 years ago. They just said like, oh, what's the deal with aubergines? And Anthony Long's like, get out of my shop. So I was at a wedding recently, and I made a big mistake there. Like, I kind of had a huge misunderstanding with the wishing well. Do we all know what the wishing well is and how it works? It's a few yeses. I'll bring everyone up to speed so we're all on the same page. The wishing well, it's like a little metal tub. It looks like a well. It sits on the present table in the corner next to the presents. We all put in money, right? We put in money so the couple can pay for their honeymoon. So the couple can pay for the extension on their deck. So the couple can pay for the unplanned pregnancy that brought us all there. You guys know that, right? I know that. Okay, I know that now. See, everyone else put in money. I put in a handwritten note saying, I wish Brad and Angelina were still married. The couple were upset, but in my defense, they asked me to MC. Like, it was a rough gig, man. Like, the groom, he's a good dude. I've known him most of my life, but he is obsessed with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So he had like a bunch of his bros from his dojo, like his brojos, if you will. Like, easiest dudes to spot at a wedding. It's like, over here, bride's family, very judgy, kind of drunk. Over here, groom's family, kind of judgy, very drunk. And in the middle, it was just buff dudes with neck tattoos who won't shut the fuck up about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you guys. It's like they're in a cult and we're all too scared to tell them. Not even the toughest gig I've done. I once emceed Toowoomba State High School's awards night. Ooh, regional humour, I know. Look, I'm just saying, not all of those kids can win the geography award. Some of them really sore losers about it. We're a good little room here. We're a diverse little bunch, I reckon. Between us all, we probably run the length and breadth of human experience, but I can guarantee that I'm the only person here who's had a knife pulled on him by an angry 14-year-old because I thought he didn't know where Paraguay was on a map, you guys. Right, thank you for laughing. You know who doesn't laugh at that joke? Other comedians. No, I tell this story and they're just like, what? How did Denham get that gig? Who books that high school? This is bullshit. So I'm going to play you guys a little song actually. What do you think of this little dude here? He's cute. But I just want to say, if you have body issues, don't buy a tiny guitar. So this song's about the fact that I've just recently turned 37, and yes, I could pass for 25. Thank you very much. This is a song about how I've been taking stock of my life and thinking about not so much the stuff I haven't done, but all the stuff I haven't seen. Like, I've never seen a turtle on a skateboard doing a kickflip. I've never seen a turtle refuse to talk to a current affair. Like, what have you got to say to the investors, Donatello? No comments? Guys, I've never seen a turtle. I've never seen a turtle. Do they exist? Yes. Good, thank you for reassuring me. I'm just, if someone was going to try and convince me that turtles were a construct of the Illuminati, I'd have heard them out, basically. So this is a song about all the stuff I've not yet seen in my 37 years of life. I have never seen an accountant who was glad to be alive. I have never seen someone named Chloe live past the age of 25. I have never seen a climate change denier using scientific evidence as proof. And I have never seen a John Mayer fan who isn't kind of a douche.
That was personal.
Yes, it was. I have never seen a $100 bill left in the middle of the street. I have never seen a Tarantino film and not seen Uma Thurman's feet. I have never seen a couple get together by cheating and be happy for the rest of their days. And I have never seen a John Mayer fan who isn't white as mayonnaise. I have never seen a jazz metal band that could pull a decent crowd. I have never seen Barnaby Joyce say a clever thing out loud. I have never seen someone drink a caramel milkshake while worshipping a sacred cow. And I have never seen a John Mayer fan who shouldn't leave this venue now. Well, I'm Stephen Denham, thank you very much. Alright, I'm still here, don't worry.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm like a Bob Dylan documentary, guys. Never gone away. Guys, I am really sorry. I know I was touching a nerve there. You were just like, hey, I love John Mayer. How dare you be so accurate? Are you guys ready for your next act?
Yes.
She describes herself as bitter with a twist. And the great thing about comedy bios is you can say anything you want. There's no rules. I once described myself as having won 6 NBA championships. No one can say I was wrong. But please give it up for your next performer is Colette Anderson.
Oh, look, can we hear that applause again? I love to sort of have quite a bit of applause when I turn up. Thank you. I'm trying to work out whether it's me you're applauding or it's my leopard print flares. Hey, I do like a bit of a flare. Here it is here. Fantastic. Look, this is wonderful. Look at us all squashed in here, hey? Hey, pandemic? What pandemic? Every time I went to the shops, the chocolate and alcohol shelves were always full, you know? I mean, it was ridiculous. I don't know what they're going on about, the toilet paper people, you know? I mean, I just want to reach out and touch you now, isn't it? That's how exciting it is now. I'm so glad the restrictions changed a little bit, you know? I mean, I just want to come and give you a big old estrogen-filled hug, you know? But of course, I'm not producing it anymore. Yeah, things could get a little dry. You know, I hope you didn't sort of think about that in any sort of sexual kind of way, because I mean, I understand what we've got here is purely platonic, you know. You know, according to my husband, I don't even have sex. He says I'm frigid, right? I said, well, that's not true. I said, I'm having sex at least twice a week with Gary 2 doors down. I'm kidding. Gary thinks I'm frigid as well. I mean, that's just a cheap gag. As if I had an affair with someone called Gary. I mean, honestly, they can spare me. No. But, you know, I mean, even if we were dating, you know, I mean, I'm not a raging feminist. I mean, you could probably buy me drinks all night long and I would not insist on paying for one. You know, I'm just trying to get some old-fashioned values back on the table, you know what I mean? Anyway, look, I like to let people know that I am a primary school teacher, right? Which means I love hecklers. Just put your fucking hand up, okay? Pretty sure everyone wants to have a go, you know? I mean, we might be Aussies, we're not hooligans, you know? It's not an English soccer match, you know? I hope I didn't come on too strong. You know, I'm just so used to establishing boundaries. Like I said to my husband, when I found out I was 5 weeks pregnant after we were dating for 8 weeks, you can come on this ride if you want to, but I don't need you. My mother brought up 6 kids on her own, pretty sure she can bring up 1 grandkid. You know what I mean? Hey? You see that a lot in schools these days, the grandparents bringing up the kids. Good for them, you know, that's wonderful. Love it. I do have a little bit of a disclaimer. I think it's important that I probably share this with you. Earlier in the year, my son was playing a soccer match, and one of the dads yelled out at my son, "Haven't you got a left foot?" Anyway, I looked up and I thought, what the hell? I mean, if anyone's going to publicly humiliate my son, it should be me, you know. Anyway, I didn't say anything. I just said, you know, take the moral high ground, Colette, take the moral high ground. You know, but, you know, the drive home, my head was just buzzing, right? A couple of days later, one of the mums said to me, "Colette, you know that guy? His son broke his foot that same day." Here's the thing. I don't know if maybe I am a witch. Right? So if you just laugh at my jokes, it might prevent any sort of unexpected accident happening after the show. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I think, you know, I'm feeling a nice vibe here, but I mean, it was difficult enough getting a strand of hair out of that kid's head that day. Let alone trying to get one from everyone here. I mean, what do I want to do? Make voodoo dolls all fucking night? Hey? Silly. No, but look, teachers were pretty much all the same. You know, caring, considerate, consolidative, collaborative, congenial, and all those other C words. And I mean, as we know, kids can say the darndest things, can't they? This one little girl, she said to me, "Oh, miss, God, you're beautiful." And I said, "Oh, sweetie, you can sit up beside me during story time, okay?" And then this other little girl, she came up to me and she goes, "Oh, miss, you know that movie Harry Potter?" And I thought, oh my God, you look just like... I mean, I know it was going to be good because she's flapping, right? You know, it's a good one. And I thought, oh shit, is she going to say Hermione? I mean, what about Ron Weasley's sister, Ginny? I mean, she's kind of cute too, isn't she? You look just like Snape. I mean, my heart wanted to put on rubbish duty at lunchtime because my head said, no, Colette, you are paid to like this girl. So I said, sweetie, you're on rubbish duty at lunchtime. Okay. But it's an incredible thing, the education industry. It's so incredibly positive. Incredibly positive, you know. Even their acronyms are positive, you know. Kids, we've got WOW today. Oh, wow, what's that, miss? Words Our Way. It's a spelling program. Guys, we're doing STAR today. STAR? What's that? Student testing and reporting. I mean, I've got nothing against being positive. I mean, as you know, I'm a fairly positive person. Nothing against being positive. I just wish they'd say it how it is sometimes. Guys, we're going to do shit today. Shit? Yeah. Seriously, horrendous individualised testing. But, you know, don't worry, because in primary school, we will spoon feed that shit to you. And then in high school, you're going to learn how to juggle that shit. And so by the time you get out there in the real world, you'll be able to take a whole lot of shit from everybody else. Hey? Oh, I think that's a public education worth having, don't you agree? Absolutely. But it's been quite incredible, this whole COVID thing, because it's all about well-being. I mean, I've been well-being to death, I'll be honest with you. I want to take a DVO against it. You know, it's just too much. You know, I've learned how to play the ukulele, we've done Bollywood dancing, you know, all of this sort of shit, you know, that we've got to do just to make sure, you know, our mental health is all good. You know, and sometimes, you know, the principals, they get a little bit new age and, you know, you turn up to a staff meeting and it's like, all right, guys, what shape do you feel like today? Fucking barbecue shapes, mate, it's 3:15. Are you kidding me? What shape do I fucking feel like? You know, but you know, there's some teachers there that just sort of get on right. Boy, well, I feel like a square, you know, I'm solid and reliable and, you know, things are just, you know, I've got a good foundation, it's all just, and then there's another one, well, I'm like a triangle, big, strong base, you know, and I'm just shooting the curriculum, we're going up and up and up, it's fantastic, you know, and then it's my turn. Well, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like some sort of big gassy blob. And of course, they're all so nice, you know. And then I say, yeah, I suppose that's not probably what you're after, is it? No, Colette, why is it that, why do you feel like that? You know, because they're so fucking caring. Why do you feel like that? Oh, I don't know, I've been eating so much lately, I'm just really bloated. You know, and then another time they'll go, you know, what sort of animal do you feel like today? You know, Miss Triangle. She goes, oh, I feel like a leopard. You know, I'm just racing down the curriculum, shooting it out, I'm strong, I'm fast, I'm focused. You know, I've been at school since 7:30. I've had to be nice all fucking day. When it's 3:15, I swear I am a sloth with a lobotomy. That is all you're going to get out of me. What? Well, that's about it. You know, sorry, terribly sorry about that, miss. But I tell you, with this whole COVID thing, I love that word pandemic. I've loved it. That's been the best thing about the whole thing, that word pandemic, 3 syllables, right? You're already sounding marginally intelligent. Pandemic. You know, when it was on, I was just like trying to find, you know, any way I could to try and use it. So what's happening with the pandemic today? Oh, is that because of the pandemic? You know, and it feels like you could use it anywhere, you know. Oh, sweetheart, I'm going to be wearing my black pandemic tonight. Hey kids, guess what's for dinner? Basil, garlic and tomato pandemic. You know, and it was the great justifier, wasn't it? You know, absolutely fabulous. Oh yeah. Oh, I suppose there is a pandemic going. Yeah, I'll have another donut. My daughter comes to me, Mum, you want to go for a walk this afternoon? Oh, sweetheart, there's a pandemic on. You know, looters come out in pandemics. You know, I might just stay here and binge on Netflix, I think, and just keep an eye on things. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I had this situation where I was at the shops. That's when all the toilet paper had disappeared. And in the aisle, there was one box of home brand tissues right in the middle of it, right? So I see it, and then another guy sees it down the other end, and we just start walking towards it, you know. He starts to pick up pace. Oh, fuck you, I'm going to get there first, you know. Anyway, we get there together, and I say, oh, look, mate, look, you take it. I mean, if things get a little bit sticky at home, I can always go into the backyard and do what dogs do when they've got worms, you know, and just sort of hose it in, you know. Anyway, he takes it and just keeps moving, and I turn around and I just peg him in the back of the head with a navel orange, you know. And while he's bobbing around there, I slide past, grab the home brand box of tissues, and I just keep moving, you know, as if I would. I'd rather wipe my ass with an echidna than use home brand tissues on it. Hey, have you ever tried that stuff? Someone might as well just picked up a grinder and just started, you know, I mean, it's harsh. I mean, I am sorbent all the way, not even kidding there, all the way. You know what I mean, don't you? I've got a yeah. Hay fever, not a hay fever sufferer, you know, any hay fever sufferers here, you'll know you'll want the aloe vera Kleenex tissue for that, absolutely. But anyway, people often ask, they say, you know, Colette, what do you like as a parent? You know, being that you're a teacher, you know, I said, well, you know, kids have got to watch their P's and Q's at my place, that's for sure. You know, there's a lot of overused words, isn't there, in the English language? I think you know the ones I'm talking about. They're in songs. People are saying them in news reports now, you know. So the other day when my son used awesome and surreal in the one sentence, I said, you can go and wash your fucking mouth out with soap, mate. And while you're there, clean that bong, it's filthy. Do you know, whose fault was that? Awesome and surreal. I mean, it's every night on the fucking news. Someone's describing, you know, a stain on the floor. It was surreal. I mean, it's stupid. Are they really saying S-U-R-R-E-A-L, or are they saying S''R-E-A-L? Yeah, it was so real. It was surreal, you know? I mean, you've got people in Logan using it. Can't possibly be S-U-R-R-E-A-L. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I don't believe it for one fucking minute. Anyway, I got my bloods back the other day from Ancestry.com. And yeah, it turns out I'm gay by blood. So my eldest sister is gay. My eldest son is gay. They think I'm probably only one divorce away from being a lesbian. Which, well, to be honest, I say that's good news. Gives me some options, doesn't it? You know, statistics being what they are. I mean, what's the chances of my husband and I even staying together for too much longer once the youngest one leaves the house? Funny giggle over there. Got the young one in. I'm surprised. But anyway, yeah. So I don't think I need to worry. My husband and I have got this fabulous symbiotic relationship. It sort of goes like this: no work, no sex. Of course, as you can imagine, I'm wanting to tap that ass of his as often as I can. And of course, he wants me doing. Who the fuck's got a phone? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the owner. Sorry, sir. I beg your pardon. I didn't mean that. Was that being? Am I being racist? I'm not sure what was happening there. But anyway, good call. So anyway, back to that little home truth. So yeah, of course I wanted to tap my husband's ass, you know, and he wants me doing a whole lot of work on the weekend, you know, and I say, how can I watch football and drink beer when you want me doing a whole lot of work, you know? Of course, I don't mind helping out the old ball and chain now and then, you know, as long as he unlocks that chastity belt of his, you know. I don't mind helping on a little bit. But no, look, I try to keep things simple for him. Not because I think he's stupid, it's just because he's a tradie. I'm kidding. Yeah, he's actually quite stupid. He asked me the other day why I was such a bitch, as if you had to ask. I said, sweetheart, I said, it's all to do with horticulture. You see, after you and the kids have sucked every ounce of life force out of me, bitch is the only thing that'll grow in that garden. Of course, I know he stopped listening at horticulture because it's got 4 syllables in it. Sometimes he's even in the crowd and he just takes it. All right. No, I do love the emotional simplicity, though, of a long-term relationship. You know, you either love them or you want to blow their kneecaps out and watch them bleed. Hey? And I like to pop a little slow-mo filter on that if I can. Not because I want to imagine him slowly suffering, but because a motivational speaker told me once that visualization was a great way to actualize your goals. You know, I'm just trying to be a whole lot more positive these days. You know, when the world throws you lemons, you know what they say. Yeah, make yourself a gin and tonic. I went to the doctor the other day and he said, you're perimenopausal. Well, I said, who the fuck's Perry? I'm Colette. Read your chart, mate. What is this, 7 years these doctors have in university? He can't even read who's next on his appointment list. Anyway, so you seem a little stressed, Colette. Have you ever thought of yoga? I said, mate, I'm a married woman. I've been doing downward dog for years and it's not fucking helping. Think again, you know. Boss. But anyway, I looked in the mirror the other day with my glasses on. Anyone who wears glasses knows what that's like. You know, oh shit, surprise. Turns out, little thing, all the lycra in my skin has actually vanished. So if I do any sort of a little bit of a forward tilt, you know, it's like a yo-yo in slow motion. And look, if we can just keep this to ourselves, I don't even like getting on top anymore because I am worried that my husband might think a Death Eater is after him. You know, so I'm pretty vain actually, so I try and sort of remedy the situation by kind of, you know, stretching out like a gazelle, you know. And I think he thought it was some sort of Sideshow Alley fantasy because I ended up with a couple of ping pong balls in my mouth. And that was hugely suffocating. I mean, I don't think that autoerotica stuff is probably for me. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm 53 this year, and I do still find the world quite perplexing, to be honest. I can ask a 6-year-old to, you know, rattle off 10 different colours, and they'll do it just like that, you know. But when I go to the supermarket and buy an economy pack of 6 Colgate toothbrushes, they can only think of 4 different colours. They can only think of fucking 4 different colours. You know, how hard is it to think of 6? No, it's okay. We're just running around playing Russian roulette with the toothbrushes at our house. You know, no one gives a shit. You know, we have these benign conversations. You know, like who's got that pink toothbrush? Is that yours? No. Is that? I said I was having the pink toothbrush. Who got out the second pink toothbrush? Hey, is that your father's? Is that your father's toothbrush? And of course, no one wants his toothbrush, do they? You know, because he has this special day oral hygiene program. You know, like he'll brush his teeth. Say at Christmas, brush it for Easter, you know, he'll brush it for my birthday. Wow. Why the fuck do you think he's going to brush his teeth for my birthday. I said, mate, if you think you're getting anywhere near me without gargling some liquid chlorine, you're joking. I want you to take the kids in the car and piss off for the day on my birthday. You know. Anyway, people get the impression sometimes, I think, that I don't like men. But I mean, I love them. I think everyone should have one. You know, I've got 3. So if you're short, you can have a couple of mine. I don't mind. 2 of them came out of my womb. The other one's always trying to get back in. You know? He's got the tenacity of a Jack Russell. You know, I've got to beat him off with a fucking stick half the time. I call him husband. Anyway, guys, you've been a wonderful audience. Thank you very much. I'm Colette Anderson. If we can please put our hands together very shortly for our producer of the show, a man who through this whole COVID experience continually created these live streaming shows of which I can't understand for a moment. I don't know how it occurs, but he has worked truly very hard, and it's something I just couldn't do. I have complete faith in this guy. He's fantastic. He's kept things going for a lot of the local comedians, inviting people over to his house in the backyard. So it's really quite brilliant because a lot of jokes just haven't gotten tested this year. I did some tonight for the first time. They went okay, I think. All right, so can we please put a really big loud cheer for our producer and our final act, Liam Daly.
Putting me on the spot already, Stephen Denham. This is what happens when I hand it over. But by all means, give a round of applause for every one of you, and also all the rest of the comedians. Keep that round of applause going right there. And some lovely words from Colette. I believe before you were saying keep it between us and the people on the live stream right now. Yes, we are actually live streaming this to Melbourne. So now everyone in Melbourne, if you've got family in Melbourne, now they know. And maybe they'll move to Melbourne, who knows. It's a lovely place there. You'll never want to leave! Sorry guys, I know, a bit of a joke, bit of a tongue-in-cheek there, among other things. Who knows? What am I even talking about? Hey, how's it going? My name's Liam. People think that's short for William. It isn't. It's short for Valium. My mother was a chemist and my father grew up in the 60s. Hence the name, Valium Daily. You can relate probably, I don't know. Dreadlocks. Over there. No. I'm not here to judge, that's for the live audience to do. Good night, everybody. And yes, my last name is Daly. I get that from my father's side. My mother's last name is actually Punchard. And she never wanted to get married because if she did, her last name would have legally been known as Mrs. Punchard Daly. Sad, funny but true, and she is actually here. Actually, I think she ducked out for a drink, and that was probably because I'm up on the stage. And my mother, she is actually here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry, this was a planned bit. Everything was planned. Unlike me, hi-oh! But you know, it could be worse. Some people are named after where they're conceived. I mean, wouldn't it suck if that's why you're named Allie? Good, it gets a laugh from Ashgrove. It's all that counts, it's all we need. And anyone who doesn't get it can explain it to everyone else later. Of course, it's great to be here at the Junk Bar. Give a round of applause for the owners of the Junk Bar for facilitating us misfits, us essential workers of comedy. And a lot of people, especially in the far back, like the comedians, are thinking, well, it's only apt that you have it at the Junk Bar because your material is nothing but trash. No, think about it, because some of them have seen me before can probably relate, because some of it is just garbage and some of it's just recycled. A few people say, well, you know what, give him a break. He's got it in the bag. But then they're like, yeah, well, either way, it stinks. And that's how you lose an audience with self-deprecation for some reason. Usually that works in Brisbane. It's like, I couldn't park a car and I freaking hit some guy behind me. Goodness gracious. Maybe I should just update everyone. What do you... There we go. Laughing on cue, the Brisbane comics. It's the first time I'll ever laugh at any of my stuff, by the way. How you doing? I should just get everyone up to speed because, I mean, how many people is this? Is the first event that you've been to or a few events? I mean, I don't know. So everyone's just sort of been living under a rock. Let's give a bit of a recap of what I like to call the daily news. What do we reckon? I mean, I'm here anyway, so let's get some daily news headlines, a bit of a recap of the year as it was. Of course, people were forced to not hang out with each other. Social distancing was enforced. Especially couples, they weren't allowed to see each other, which led to much masturbating. Hand in head over here, probably can relate. This is how you win the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, then on the other side of things, shops were closed, businesses were closed, but the bottle shops remained open. Am I right, comics? Probably over here can definitely relate because you're giving me a big thumbs up, big nodding. And here's the thing, right? Because hand sanitizer contains alcohol, so by drinking straight alcohol, that's how you stay immune. I'm not an alcoholic. Just trying to maintain my immunity. Just doing the right thing as Aussies. That's why we're down there in the cases. Look at the per capita, the drinking countries versus the non-drinking countries. While you're on your phones pretending to listen to my set and validating whether they are actually news stories or not. And they are, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, then there was the incidents with the toilet paper buying panic. Consumers in such short supply that they had to resort to saying yes to receipts. Took a few seconds, but hey, we got there eventually. He's shaking his head like no, but then it's like, you know what, that's actually a pretty good idea. We're both learning something tonight. International students and landlords clashed over who was going to pay for rental housing in a court case dubbed Alien versus Creditor. Looking at Alan purely for that look because I knew I was going to get him. He's shaking his head saying no. Don't worry, one way or the other, I'll get the clap from someone here tonight. You know what? Put it there. Put it there. I mean, it's probably the closest we'll get to fist, but hey, the night is young. Consent, of course, you know, 2020. I feel like we've gotten to know each other. And now we don't want to know each other. It's definitely me, don't worry. Of course, then there's actually incidents occurring worldwide where people were drawing penises around potholes in roads to prompt quicker road repairs. This now has councillors coming immediately to fill them willy-nilly. Councillors are organising roadworks projects which will help stimulate the economy, thus proving that it truly takes a dick to fill an open hole. In other sultry news, Virgin Airlines Australia had to declare bankruptcy. Queensland Treasurer Cameron Dick actually wanted to make a bid for Virgin Airlines. Mr. Dick stood tall amid the tension, stating, "We can't afford not to get into Virgin." Mr. Dick was prepared to stick it out for as long as Virgin needs. And in a public statement, Mr. Dick said, "We need to get in without pulling out, otherwise there'll be too much of a mess to clean up when it's all said and done." A woman was arrested for a possession of methamphetamine after it was found tied in a bow in her hair. Police were tipped off after she was overheard saying, "My hair is a complete meth" this morning. Oh really, that's where we get the groans. Win them back with this one. Or maybe not, who cares, you're already paid. I'm the real winner here. Thank you. And then there was another man who was actually arrested for possession of marijuana after calling police on himself. Was it you? No. No, it wasn't you, but probably relates. The man originally called police to report that a child had stolen some of his stash. However, when police came to arrest him instead, he couldn't believe his pot luck. In a public statement, the man said, "I was going to file a report, but then I got high. I would have given it a second thought, but I got high. Now they're taking the rest of my stash, and I know why. Because I got high, because I got high, because I got high." Told you I get the clap. Hey, if this next one doesn't get the clap, I quit comedy. Yeah, you can be the witness to that right there. No clap, this is it. Audience at home, it's it. In Victoria, oh actually not in Victoria rather, already screwed the bit up. Leave me alone, this is my first professional gig in ages. Not even cops will book me for Christ's sake. I'm just like, yeah, you just keep on going. Victoria Beckham, also known as Posh Spice, actually sued skincare company based in Sydney, VB Skincare, for the use of initials VB. It truly made Victoria bitter. My career is alive and I'm only halfway through the bits. In a public statement to quarry fears that she was just taking the piss, her legal team came and said, "You can't use it to advertise. You can't use it to plagiarize. You can't use it any old how. Matter of fact, there's lawyers now." What are you doing, Stephen? You're playing me off already after that. And anyone who doesn't get that joke needs a big cold beer, and the best cold beer is Vic. That's where you're supposed to say Victoria better, but hey, no one likes Victoria. I'm guessing they're saying at home, they're probably laughing their asses off right now. It's like, yeah, Victoria better, get another immunity in ya. Bit of a stubby for old time's sake, but hey, you know, a lot of people are here tonight. Who's here with family right now? With friends, family? Yeah, sort of here with family. That's good. It's great to see people here with your family. I hate any time I have to have a family reunion, or as you in society call it, a court hearing. My family must be deaf because they're still not getting the message. And Colette was mentioning before again, almost like she's in tune and got something against, well, everyone does. Believe it or not, I am actually from Logan originally. And for those who don't know what Logan is or where Logan is, this is actually history because this is the first time you're seeing someone from Logan in the spotlight without someone uttering the phrase, "Do not move! Put your hands behind your head! Get down your knees right now! Do not move!" Oh, God, it's been a while since I did it. Oh, no. Of course, some other people thinking, oh, that's just a stereotype. It's not a stereotype, it's surround sounds! It's everywhere! You can hear it, you can feel it, you experience it. Of course, a couple other tall tales from Logan. Maybe it's the truth, maybe it isn't. I'll let you guys be the judge in the comment section in the live stream. Go to Logan McDonald's drive-thru, and person in front of you is yelling at the attendants because they ordered a 50-cent cone and they didn't get any marijuana. my meal with a Coke, no ice. Of course, they looked at me funny for that, but I did get my Coke. Didn't come in one of those special glasses either, and I couldn't drink it, but man, does it give you a pick-me-up. I'm guessing. But of course, relationships and everything, you know, they say have faith in relationships. You know, faith in humanity is what they say. But it being from Logan, it's hard getting in relationships. I mean, don't even get me started about speed dating in Logan. Of course, Christmas is coming up as well. Got to buy gifts. Anyone bought a gift for their loved one yet? Or their loved one yet? I don't know. Anyone want to spill the beans? Are they here yet? Are there any gift ideas? I actually got last year a drone for Christmas, and there's always the concern around drones, and especially drone deliveries. You've heard that in the news as well. I guess I can't blame them. Some countries have had drone deliveries for years, not working out too well for them. This is where it gets a little dark. Turn down those lights. Oh, hey, you may as well just call it Amazon Delivery because it's 50% off everything. But you know what? Just like the drones in that drone bit, it either completely bombs or it absolutely kills. But either way, it delivers, so where's my 5 stars? Let's pull them back, shall we? Said he was from Logan after all. I'll give you guys a minute. Good, yep, got the thumbs up, yep, awesome, great, excellent. Of course then, you know, faith in relationships, faith in humanity. Anyone here in, you know, on relationship or on a relationship, in a relationship, I don't know what the terminology is, but I tried going out, you know, getting back out there, especially social distancing, now being relaxed. So actually went out with a florist, which is ironic because she didn't name me Bush. Before that, I went out with a vegetarian, had hang-ups about going out with her again. If I bought her flowers, would you just say thanks for the snack? Maybe just write her a love song, like a love ballad. Like, throw your arms around me. Who knows, throw your arms around me. Like 2 people in the back. Well, the rest of you don't know, throw your arms around me. Well, let me introduce you to hunters and collectors. 'Cause you will throw your arms around me. I said you'll throw, Stephen in the back, your arms around me. I said you'll throw. Stop right there. This is where it gets real dark, and it's your fault this time. Very creepy song. Let's analyze the lyrics for a moment. By the way, not actually on my hand, just for dramatic effect. I will come for you at night time. Pretty explicit. I will raise you from your sleep. I will kiss you in 4 places. Where's the consent here? Did he just break in? What the hell? As I go running down your street. So was he chasing after her? Is she trying to get away? What the hell? I will squeeze the life out of you. Jesus Christ, I think you're serious. You will make me laugh and make me cry. This is some American Psycho 50 Shades of BS right here. And we may never forget it. Well, she'll never forget it. She's going to need therapy or something to overcome that. You will make me call your name, and I'll shout it to the blue summer sky. And we may never meet again. Oh my God, he's gonna kill her! Call the cops! So shed your skin and let's get started. Not so romantic anymore, is it? Don't want to sing it anymore, right? Guess that's why they call themselves hunters and collectors. That's the disclaimer right there. He's sort of flirty. We're down to the last minute, are we? It's my show. Who cares? I'll tell you when it's time.
What do you mean the controller?
I'm just doing it for effect, Anthony. Don't get offended. Don't blast me on the way out. That's what everyone else in the back row is going to do. Got 1 minute left, so let's throw some facts at them because, of course, we've got the live stream audience. We've got everyone here, had to scan in using the mobile phones, all the smart devices now. Smart devices for dumb people is what I say, and you can agree. You know, you've got people that are just walking off of train platforms into traffic. It's like it's gone from natural selection to freaking digital selection. And who here has been caught using their mobile phone while driving by the police, by the way? Anyone here? Just one person. Oh, thanks a lot! You've ruined it for the rest of us. Don't you know the rule? Playing with your mobile phone is like playing with yourself. You're not supposed to get caught. You and people like you have turned a mobile phone in a car into a cop's G-spots. Now whenever you touch it, they come for you. Ah, blimey. And while we're getting that amp up, who here has a smartwatch? Anyone here got a smartwatch? Any smart individuals got a smartwatch? No? Good. Except the smartwatch isn't the perfect example of taking something that works and sticking a Johnson in it. What was wrong with the original watch? It could tell the time. Oh, but the smartwatch, you can link it up with your phone, you can check your calendar, you can check your heart rate with the pedometer. Can you check the time? No, it's flat. The original watch had more life than a human, right? Now these smartwatches, they're like diabetics. If you don't inject it with a metal object every few hours, it dies on you. Hey, that's an apt description. Laugh harder! Well, if you hated that bit, you're going to really love this one. Hey, let me ask you guys at the back a personal question. Do you think that terrorists are kicking themselves because Samsung came out with the exploding phones before they could? Technically, they're now using it hands-free. It's like, hello, whoa! It's for you. And as old people always saying to us, oh, those smartphones, they're so expensive, they'll cost you an arm and a leg. They did warn us, didn't they? They did warn us. I guess we'd better go, because I've given the pink light, the red lights. Let me pass one piece of advice, and I'm sure you're all probably thinking the same. Apart from, first of all, how do you operate a stand? I guess I just can't stand it. Just like the rest of those jokes, I couldn't stand it. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, here's a piece of advice. Don't ever marry a comedian. I mean, I would never want to marry a comedian myself. Because think about it. If you ever get separated, she gets half my jokes in the divorce. Which would be ironic because she never got any of my jokes before! Oh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the close of the essential work of comedy for tonight. I'll give one more round of applause, will you, for Anthony Long, returning to stand-up for the first time in major show in ages. Sydney did very well, but of course we've also got the musical styles of Stephen Denham, all the way from Toowoomba, I add. And of course, Colette Anderson. Give her a double round of applause because she is essentially taking care of your kids every day at school as a teacher as well, and then going home as mother to take care of her kids. And if you want to give me one more round of applause, I don't know. And one more to the Drunk Bar for putting this show on for us, allowing us to be here. And for everyone here, you've made this all possible. For the people on the live stream, this is Valiant. This Valiant. What am I talking about? I'm Valiant. Like the wrong thing. This is Essential Workers of Comedy. We're going to be back here next week. If you have liked this show and want an encore, by all means come back. But if there's someone you know, drag them along, bring them along, because at the end of the day, laughter is essential. Yeah. My name is Liam, and I will see you guys next time.